Hello, everybody. So here we're talking about again chapter 3.1 still, and this time we're talking about the section called the silly analogy. In this chapter, the book starts comparing actually um, real life concepts like money, happiness, and generosity to more abstract, not exactly abstract, but more physical concept, which are energy, entropy, and temperature. So the idea is with in our first case, the first graph, we have our entropy, which is happiness, and our energy, which is money. So with more money, we have more happiness, as that's the normal case. Whoever has more money is more happy. Now, of course, we're always talking about for example, there's a limit. For example, as you can see here, we have a point. We have this part here where people get happier, and then at one point, money doesn't make you as happy because, of course, when you have $30 billion, 31 will not change anything. However, when you have $7 or enough to pay rent, that's a big change. So, this is the first case, and here we can see that our temperature, which again is the derivative of, sorry, no, derivative of entropy or in terms of energy at power -1, starts increasing as the energy increases. So here, as you can see, for example, our derivative of entropy in terms of um, energy starts decreasing. However, at the power -1 means that it actually increases. Okay, so our temperature or our generosity starts to increase as we have more money. We don't get as happy anymore, as you can see we're almost reaching an asymptote, but we reach a point where we are more happy, and so we reach a point where we're more generous. Then if we look at the second graph, where we are in the graph of miserly, well, when we have some money, we get a little happy, and then at one point we reach a point where even the little money can increase your happiness a lot. Um, Now, this is just a case of, for example, some people, when they get more rich, they don't necessarily become more generous. For example, some people believe that, and I'm not judging somewhere, believe that if you make the money, then you deserve to have it all for yourself because you work for it. That's a fair argument. So here, people that have more money starts becoming less generous because again, the slope of this line increases. Again, though, we have to have the -1, so we're gonna decrease. So generosity decreases. And then the last section is where our uh, slope starts increasing in absolute value. However, the power -1, we have a decrease in generosity. We actually want more money. Okay? So now, let me give an example of this in real life. So, for example, a normal case is for normal people. More money usually makes you more happy until you reach a point, again, when you have 30, 31 billion, not a big difference. This case, instead, we have a miserly. I said people, the first case is um, a normal object. If you put more heat, the temperature increases, or more energy, actually. If you put more energy, the temperature increases for the first case. The second case, instead, which is the miserly case, this one right here, as we increase the energy, the temperature does not increase, it actually decreases. This is an example for, well, we know that energy is equals to kinetic energy plus potential energy. And our kinetic, uh, as we increase our energy, we're actually increasing the potential energy. So the temperature does not increase; it might actually even decrease. For example, with a gravitational object, whenever there is a two object bound with gravity, the temperature does not increase. However, the energy does increase. It just becomes potential energy. And then we have the third example of enlightenment. Some people are happier as they lose money. For example, I'm sure there's going to be some people that donated all the entire family fortune and they were happier than before. At one point, probably the money became too much and they just wanted to get rid of most of it to live a normal life, to have not that much pressure on them. Um, it, it does occur in real system. We'll see later on in section 3.3, chapter 3.3. And so there's all these examples in real life, both with money and people, and with physical object and forces.